How was the show last night, guys? Should we start the pod?
Yeah, sure. Hold on. Let me finish this apple. Cue the intro music right now. If you're going to be a problem, I'm going to put you in the other room. Do you understand?
You're going to have to put him in the other room because this is a problem child.
I've taught him everything I know about just being fucking annoying.
Ryan's cat Tony on the mic. Fourth mic today.
Dude,
Hi,
Tony's he's never been on the pod this much.
Nope.
No, he's a beautiful cat, but he's so annoying.
He's featuring prominently in this intro.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can bring the heat today. Damn, he's so cute.
Check 1, 2.
Checkity check check. All right, we're gonna let him chill. Tony's gonna be on the pod today. Hey everybody, welcome to the We Cool podcast where we apologize, demand apologies, and read anonymous listener apologies. I am one of your hosts, Grant Winkles, live and direct from Minneapolis with your other host, Ryan Call.
And I'm also Grant Winkles, coming in from Brooklyn.
Tommy, just cut the shit, man.
Already
with this?
Dude, I'm sorry, dude.
I used to think it was Brookland.
It was, but they
Brookland.
changed it.
Brooklyn, New York City?
They changed that a couple years ago.
Okay.
Why'd they change it?
I don't know. It sucked.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. It was Brookland though, a couple years ago.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. Well, the way the Nets are playing in the playoffs, they should start calling it Brooklyn.
Dude, so are the Wolves good?
I think they've been like a decent team like for the past couple of years. They just have never been good enough.
So are they winning the playoffs right now? I keep seeing. I'm not watching basketball, but I keep seeing.
They're splitting the series with Memphis. And Memphis is a 2 seed.
Yeah, so
that's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, whatever happens, they've had a successful season at this point. You win 2 games against like one of the best teams in the NBA, and you make the playoffs when nobody thought you would.
That's pretty sick.
It's pretty sick, especially for a Minnesota team, dude. Minnesota teams never do anything.
Dude, we suck so bad.
It's awesome.
Are they 7-game series?
Yeah, they're 7-game series. Okay. So
we could win
2 more. I think Memphis is probably going to take the series. I think Memphis is just kind of too good. But the Wolves have had a couple games where it's like maybe though, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them going deep in the playoffs. I don't think they're a championship team though.
No, but it'd be nice if we got second round.
Yeah.
You know?
And what sucks too is Beverly is so old that like they probably won't make the playoffs next year unless they find some Beverly.
And Beverly,
we got a player named Beverly.
Patrick Beverly.
That's the coach's wife.
Yeah,
Patrick Beverly.
Beverly.
I didn't know we had a hot woman on the team.
Yeah, I didn't know we had a hot 60-year-old woman on the team.
That guy's that man's
one of the Golden Girls.
Yeah, who else is on the team? Diane. What's going on over here? Hey.
We're getting into it. We're getting rolling. I don't know. Do we have
who else is on the team? Martha
Stewart.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart Little is on the team, and it's a woman mouse.
I see.
That's a kid's best friend.
I guess it's 2022
okay.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I guess they're just gonna let anybody play in the league.
Is freaking Martha Stewart Little that little mouse that cooks food and is a homemaker, and then is that child's best friend? You're telling me that guy's the center for the Timberwolves?
I'll say it and don't cancel me.
Yeah.
Stuart Little walked so Ratatouille could run.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the mouse on the motorcycle rode a motorcycle.
Yeah.
To be
there would be no Ratatouille without Stuart Little. I'll say it.
Bye, Curious George.
Yeah.
And people are just like, is that monkey gay? And it's like, no.
Yeah.
He's into both.
Clifford the big
George.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Clifford the big red dog, but on his head it says "Make America Great Again." No, Clifford. It's a bad red. That's a bad red dog. That's a bad red dog.
You know,
what are some other children's books? What's he got?
What was the turtle?
The Giving Tree. Yeah, this tree is giving. Okay.
This tree is giving me.
Is it? Yeah, this tree is giving right now.
Mm-hmm. The way that tree understood its assignment.
The
way the giving tree understood the assignment.
Yeah.
I think that tree maybe needs to do a little bit less giving, maybe a little bit more self-care, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, man. So, dude, I just saw a really good tweet about self-care. Did I scroll?
Real question though, do you guys practice self-care?
I did all this week.
Absolutely not.
That's the least surprising.
I wallow in it. I wallow in the negative feelings.
No. Okay, it was this tweet.
And then I tell myself it's going to make me stronger somehow. Like I sit in the shower and I go, yeah, dude, things are really bad right now, but somehow this is going to make you a stronger person.
We've said this like multiple times on the podcast, but every like meme and shitty tweet about how like straight men need to go to therapy, they're just about you. Those tweets about
they are exclusive. Dude, I was doing so much better when I was in therapy, and then like it was going so well that then I was like, yeah, I think I just got this, and now just make another appointment, dude.
It's like working out, man. As someone who doesn't go to therapy,
that part of my life is over.
As someone who doesn't go to therapy,
the part of me that was trying to better myself is dead. I'm trying to
Ryan, it's like working out. You just got to keep working out to stay in shape.
Don't try to, first of all, don't try to trick me into being like, okay, I know you like working out. So if I use it as like a sports analogy, you gotta
build muscles in your mind, brother.
Don't skip.
You gotta build those mind.
You gotta do your mind push-ups.
Exactly.
You gotta do your brain push-ups, man.
That's therapy, dude. It's brain push-ups. No, but this tweet, I can't find it, but it was like some of y'all practicing self-care when it's really just like aftercare, and that's problematic. And it had like 1 million likes.
What's aftercare?
Like it's people who are not practicing self-care in the moment, but they just take care of themselves after when something like bad happened. I think
they do something.
The sentiment of the tweet.
And was that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's bad.
You know what? I actually have no idea. I think it was a bad thing. Like you should be practicing self-care in the moment, but some of y'all, and you know who I'm talking, you know who I'm talking about, are practicing the care after the trauma happens. I think that was
No, I kind of agree with that, because once the trauma happens, that's when you wallow in it for a while. That's when you just sit in the shower for too long and you don't even bathe.
I'm picturing you sitting on the floor of your shower.
Dude, you have a great shower, man. You have one of the best showers.
It's a nice shower to sit down in.
Folks, it's one of the people are saying it's one of the best. It's one of the best showers, folks.
He's got the best showers.
Folks,
it's true. It's true.
No, I've been taking it easy all week and just going to work and then going home and making healthy meals and drinking a lot of water and watching Severance, the show.
I've been watching a lot of, or I've been drinking a lot of water. I've been watching a lot of water. I turn the faucet on and I just go, look at it.
Look at it go. It doesn't stop.
It'll never run out. No matter how long I turn this on for.
Sometimes I just keep.
It'll literally never stop coming out.
It's free and it never stops.
Sometimes I just turn on the shower, all the faucets, and I go outside and turn on a bunch of hoses because I can.
There's just a picture of me. There's a picture of me on the news in 2030, and they're like, they're calling him worse than Hitler. One man wasted more water than anyone else in the history of the world.
They're calling him Water Hitler, which unfortunately sounds cool as hell.
Dude, that sounds like Hitler if he was a waterbender. Like he also could just he had like magic powers.
The Water Hitler Bandit is at it again, and I'm being told that name is too cool, and we have to change it.
It's Hitler, just like Poseidon under the sea.
He would have been unstoppable, man. The Jews. I'm sorry to say this because I like the Jews, and I've got a lot of good Jewish friends. But if Hitler knew how to waterbend, no chance.
Yeah, they don't seem don't seem like a water-faring people,
dude. Even if he could like earthbend, they would have no chance. If Hitler had any avatar powers. Good luck, rest of the world.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Dude, that would have pissed me off so much.
It's crazy how his only power was loud.
Uh-huh. Being loud.
That's his only power, is being loud.
Yeah. Well, he'd take it down in his speeches. He'd go, no, 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 He knew when to take it down, and then you go up.
Is there any footage of Hitler just kind of like has anyone seen my slippers? Like He's
I think there is
he's
footage
like not
of him
yelling.
like
He's like kind of just like
yeah.
hey,
like green room Hitler. Like give
green
me
room
the
Hitler.
special intro.
Dude, I'm pretty
Hitler
sure they
when
do.
He's kind of chilling back there, sipping on a bottle of water.
I feel like I've seen footage of him
notes,
like in his like cabin in the Alps or some shit, where he's just like hanging out with his dogs. And it's like, normal guy.
I think it's a good thing that those images.
he's just like me.
I think it's a good thing that those images aren't being circulated for exactly that reason.
Oh man, it's crazy how
normal lies. No, just kidding.
There's really not that much different when you think about it.
Hitler was practicing self-care. Turns out
he was practicing self-care after the fact, though.
After the fact, which is what the tweet was about.
I would call that radical self-care. Radical
only self-care.
Yeah, I'm in college. I'm actually studying radical self-care. So
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, did you guys have a nice little relaxing week after the tour?
Yeah, I've been practicing self-dare. I would go, I bet I can't jump off that shit. I bet I won't jump
I dare you talking to me. Yeah. Tommy, I dare you.
Dude. Self-dare. Yeah. I've been doing self-dare program where
that's just sobriety.
Yeah. Well, no, I go to schools and I go, dude, don't even try to give me any weed. Don't even
try and put yourself in positions where you're gonna get peer pressured.
And they're like, dude, go. You're not supposed to be here.
You know what me and Dana were talking about?
What were you and Dana talking about?
Well, we watched 21 Jump Street, which it's a comedy.
There's a problematic plot point in that movie.
All right, but I'm sure there is like every fucking comedy made
ever big one,
before 2015. But 21 Jump Street, that's based off that's based off another movie, right?
It's based off a TV show.
Johnny Depp was in it.
It's based off a TV show. But okay, so this applies to the TV show as well. There's this really funny aspect in the movie and TV show where it's the premise: cops, we need to go into a high school, infiltrate it, and find out who the drug dealer is. And it's like, and that is like a hard thing to do, like to go into the high school to be like, yeah, who deals the drugs? And they're like in a bathroom and they're like, you try some first. And it's like just go to any high school and then be like, hey, who has drugs? And then someone's like, yeah, that guy. And he's like, yes, I will give you drugs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like the drug dealers in every high school or in every high school.
Advertise.
They're very proud of being a drug dealer. Like if you're a drug dealer in high school, you're like cool, you know?
I don't think Jonah Hill is like a 27-year-old in that movie needed to fuck a 17-year-old who's still in high school to figure out where the drugs are and then fall in love with them.
Yes, he did. It was he understood the assignment.
That's what I'm talking about where it's problematic, because I was watching it like a month ago and I was like, wait, why is he trying to he's in his mid-20s. Why is he even talking to this 17-year-old?
Yeah, but half the movie is like,
you're supposed to root for him.
Are you cool? Are you gonna keep your mouth shut about the drugs? And it's like, this is weed. Like you guys are doing weed right now.
Aren't they also like affiliated with a biker gang too and stuff?
I think they either deal to them or that's how they get the drugs.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm smart for pointing out
dude, that
flaws in the dumb
plot
show.
Holes.
Yeah, plot holes in the comedy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to say.
Yep. I wanted to a couple apologies to demand, I guess.
Real quick, what about 29 Jump Street, where they've gone to high school, they went to a college, and then they have to go to a coffee shop where all the people that just graduated from college work at because they can't get a job in their field? Like, you know.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we gotta infiltrate this Starbucks.
Yeah, because that's where. Yeah, okay.
And just the same thing. Find out of the 8 employees, find out who's dealing the weed.
Yeah, and everyone's like, everyone's like,
still super sus about it.
Yeah, they're like, I have a master's degree in like computer science, and I'm getting paid $4 an hour.
That would be. I hate to nitpick, but that would be the wrong.
That's the wrong.
I know.
That's the wrong major.
Well, I didn't want to go too far the other way. I didn't want to go too far the other way and be like, I have a drama degree, you know, because then it's like now you're just shitting on people for.
I know, but everyone I've ever worked with in like restaurant jobs does have a theater degree,
or like a creative writing degree.
Like everybody.
You have a creative writing?
Yeah. I have one.
I have an uncreative writing
here
degree.
We sit. Yeah, definitely.
You are a really good writer, Grant.
Yes, huh?
Thank you.
You are a really good writer.
Thanks, buddy.
Whenever I have like a script, if I ever work on a script, I will.
I'll give it a pass.
Can you give it? Yeah.
I'll give it a pass.
Okay, what are these apologies you wanted to demand?
I wanted you to, we had some unruly hecklers last night, and you also had a heckler in Louisville. You said that was the guy who stood up.
Oh, get into it, baby.
That was during Mike's set, but yeah, a guy in Louisville.
Need to hear about this.
A guy in Louisville just stands up out of nowhere, like in the middle of Mike's set, and he just goes, "Everybody, I'm sorry to interrupt, but COVID is officially over." And then no one said anything, and then he just sat back down, and it was like, what the fuck are you talking? Like,
do you think he rehearsed it before saying that?
No, he was so drunk. There's no way. This just the idea popped in his head, and he was like, "I'm going to stand up right now, and I'm going to announce." And then
how much was he feeling himself?
He was very confident when he said it, and then I think he realized. I think he thought after he said that people were going to start cheering or something, because he like looked around and then he just sat back down, like, all right, well.
Can we get like a make and model on this guy? What did he look like?
Yeah, bald guy, probably 50s, huge beer gut, pretty much who you're imagining.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm thinking kind of skinny fat.
Maybe a little bit like built fat, you know, like he works like a blue collar job, but he
works in a garage.
Yeah, but he's drank so much beer in his life that he'll never work his tummy off, you know. He's always just gonna have a gigantic stomach. Just an insane.
That's what you should have said to him.
Yeah.
Sir, you will always have a gigantic stomach. Your stomach
no matter how much cardio you do.
Sir, it doesn't matter. You're fine.
Yeah, man, these people are getting pretty unruly.
They're weird. The Menominee show.
The country folk are starting to get
well, okay,
speaking out again, man.
I'll set it up and then you can slam it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Grant and I were in Menominee last night.
I'll set it up and you can slam it down.
You can slam that motherfucker in the hoop. So we're I'm gonna set it like a volleyball too. Like I'm gonna with like the tips of my fingers, you know, and then Grant comes and slams it down. But
nice.
We're in Menominee. So first of all, thank you to So-Called Productions, Nolan, Katie, Tommy. I don't remember the other guy's name, and he seemed like a pretty big part of it. Dylan. Yeah. Dylan, sorry about that. Thank you. Yeah, they put on a great show. We had a really fun time. And we get there, and the first person who goes up, Tommy, different Tommy.
Katie.
Well, yes.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't me in Severance mode.
Yeah, you can
doing comedy in the Midwest.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen the show Severance, gotta watch Severance. I'm so
imagine how fucking bad of a stand-up comedian you would be if your severed version. Like that's all they ever did is just like, so what else is going on that
No, you severance your brain for exactly stand-up comedian. So you just wake up going on stage and leaving stage, and it's just you'd
be miserable.
I feel like that's what a lot of comics do.
Yeah, it's called going sicko mode, dude. But
being a road dog.
But yeah, so Katie goes up, she like kind of kicks the show off, and then Tommy goes up and he's like doing material. And he does like something about Trump, and there's like this table in the back of three people that are like just start yelling at him. And like during his set, people are coming up to them and being like, hey, you know, just keep it down.
What are they yelling? Do you remember?
Just like pro-Trump shit, or just like
they were pretty incomprehensible too. You know, they were that drunk right away.
Well, like the guy. Okay, so there's like three people. There's a guy on the right hand side. There's a woman in the middle, and then a woman on the left. And the woman on the left, every time the guy says something, she'll come up to the guy, hug him, and then be like, "Good job," like patting him on the back, like that was cool that you did that. You know?
Oh, weird.
So then, like,
stupid.
it was immediate.
It was really fucking
Ryan and I
weird.
were sitting right behind them because it was the farthest away from the stage.
Were you there when the guy tried to fight him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait on that. I just want to like interject really quick. That does suck because when that's like my worst nightmare, because when I was opening up for Mary, I was doing kind of anti-Biden stuff, but I was doing it kind of from the left, and I was like for sure doing like anti-Trump stuff. And like whenever I like saw a guy like go like, I just would be like, don't be a pussy. Like I'm gonna shit on your guy. I'm gonna shit on my guy too. Like these are not our guys.
That's
like,
what's
you got to kind of call them, and then once you kind of call them a pussy, be like, everything needs to be made fun of. Then they kind of lighten up or whatever. Which I'm kind of happy they would lighten up a little bit. But
that's what's funny.
God, I hate people who just can't fucking take it.
Yeah, because they
so annoying.
are just bask in being a troll and trying to be so spiteful and gross about everything. But then the second you start to make fun of Donald Trump, they turn just poisonous and vitriolic, you know.
Dude, the worst thing, they don't even think he's funny. Like, that's the worst thing about them. It's just like, it's like, dude, at least he's the funniest president we'll ever have. If he was the president on a TV show, it would be the funniest president in the history of television.
We were talking to Jeff about that when he was on the podcast. Yeah. Jeff Asmus, he was like, because he was like saying about talking about going back home for Thanksgiving, and we're like, do they think like because his family are like, they're like Trump supporters, and we're like, do they think he's funny? And he's like, not even. He's like, that's
They only think he's funny when he's like owning the libs.
Yeah, they suck. All right. Anyways, sorry to interrupt.
So like they're just being a problem, and then people are coming up to them like multiple times. Like Katie goes up to him and is like, "Hey, you guys, just let's cool down. You know, let's just enjoy the show, basically." And then there's also this like drunk regular guy who's just sitting on the pool table behind them, who just him and the Trump guy almost got in a fight. Like he was just
almost immediately.
I think he told him to shut up, and the guy just like was like, "Don't tell me to shut up." And then like they had to be separated. This is all during the first comic set,
and it's 2 60-year-old guys.
Dude, which I was kind of like, dude, let him fight.
Everybody's in timeout.
It's crazy.
Like first set, everyone's like, no one's like, these people in these small towns, and like I feel like I'm kind of talking down on them, but like they're not ready for anybody to go up and just speak. Like,
but here's the thing.
It's all just already the concept of one person going up and commanding a room. It's already too much.
Here's the thing, though.
There's opinions being said. We're all gathered. We're drunk.
Other than those 3 people, pretty much everyone else at that show was like college aged, like more liberal, like leftist kind of crowd. So it's like, it was a weird mix of like, okay, you've got some really cool audience members, and then you have the worst people that could be at a comedy show, basically.
Wow.
But yeah, so really flexing that muscle too from the very beginning of the show.
Just immediately like, we are the worst people that could be here. Just so you know, I want you to be aware that we will be a problem for the rest of the show. In fact, I think he yelled something at Katie, I think, when she went up, and I think I leaned over to you and I was like, "Oh, that guy's going to be a problem."
Oh yeah.
Like immediately.
We both, it's just, but you see it.
Well, he is a problem. Like,
so then Tommy gets off the stage, Grant goes up, and like, I don't know, probably within like the first 8 minutes of your set,
they just were talking, and they went from beyond, they just became, they reached their potential. Mm-hmm. You know, they reached their potential.
He went full Republican Super Saiyan.
And they were just, I was kind of, I was being a little bit aggressive towards them from the very beginning too, because I just knew that was what it was going to be like.
Daddy Grant laying it down.
I was just roasting them a little bit.
Poppy Grant.
Poppy Winkles.
Yeah. Well, and then they ended up just the guy was trying to step on my punchlines. He was doing the thing where I would do my delivery, and then he would try and yell out a punchline when I was about to do mine. Right. Yeah. He would not even not the thing where the person kind of guesses the punchline,
which is equally terrible. I mean,
yes, it is equally terrible, but it's also that could almost be reflexive. Like if you're sitting for us, when we can kind of see punchlines coming, so we can predict them. But if you get that sixth sense as an audience member, and you kind of know it's reflexive. Maybe you say it, but you don't say it louder, and that it does suck. I'm not saying those people should be doing that, but this guy was doing a step beyond that and trying to deliver his own punchlines instead of the one that's coming from mine.
Can we do a little?
He kept going. He kept
improv. Can we do a little?
He kept. So Grant, you give us a premise.
Okay. Give us you do a joke, Grant, and then we'll try to.
All right. So I was in Subway the other day.
Mexicans.
That's exactly what it was.
All right. Now say the same thing.
All right. I was in Subway the other day.
What about Taco Bell? What if it was Taco Bell though?
This is
you're
exactly
like trying to workshop.
Yeah. This is the vibe of what it was.
Have it be in Taco Bell because I go there.
I was in Taco Bell today.
It makes more sense Subway. For my context. If you speak directly to me and change your,
I haven't been to Subway in a couple years, but I was in a Taco Bell a couple weeks ago. So
object permanence, and once I haven't been to something in more than a day, I forget what it is. I was at Taco Bell today.
Have you seen Severance? That's what I got in my brain. So
that was it. And then at that point, I just kind of jumped down their throat, and I was like, shut the fuck up. You know, I went off. I went off a little bit. I got mad, but I got them kicked out.
That's good, man.
And because I got mad, then I immediately, it was weird in there. So then I had to do the thing where I was like, come on, guys, you're on my side, right? With the crowd. And they did. Everybody applauded when I was like, we all
smart move. I commend you, my man.
You got to do that to get the crowd back on your side. They're on your side, but it's just awkward, you know.
Commendations, my man.
Thank you, Tommy.
I know that's not. It's like I am being very for real right now. Like that. That's a very good move to just be like, all right, are we with me? That sucked, and then everyone's like, yeah. We are. The crowd really wants you to win. And
then it also gives permission for like the venue and the whole crowd to accept that those people are going to be kicked out. And like,
I want to kick someone out of the show, be like, we're going to get security over here and be like, hey, mommy, mommy, come get the bad guy out of here.
You know what I should have done? I should have just called 911 on them from the stage.
Yeah, I'm calling 911. You think I haven't done it before? I do it every weekend, buddy.
Calling a bomb threat. So yeah, they got kicked out. Katie and
Kelsey, I think.
Yeah, they two strong independent women kicked these MAGA fucking idiots out of the show, and it was
and there's two guys who were gonna do it, but they said no.
Yeah,
we got it.
They were like, yeah, I mean, they flexed their muscles and went fucking Hillary on them.
Dude, also during Tommy's set, he said something about January 6th, and the guy just goes, no.
Yeah,
he just was like, no, that didn't even happen. Or that wasn't real.
It was also the vibes of like they were there.
Yeah,
like,
no, I know, and it's like he can't even joke about it because he's like, no, that we lost that day.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't talk about it. We thought we were gonna kill Nancy Pelosi. So we lost. So come on, don't joke about us pissing in the Capitol. Oh my God, I hate these guys.
Yeah. So, but they were removed, and the rest of the show was fucking awesome, I'd say.
Dude, they should have killed everyone at the Capitol riots.
Yeah,
that's everyone who was there. It should just be like, yeah, you don't get to come in here, and now, sorry, we're just gonna shoot you all in the head.
They should have done that many times throughout American history. They should have killed every single Confederate general, and they didn't. They just gave them their shit back. So,
so
and then we wonder like why things got worse after that.
I like this turner. I like how last episode we're like, damn, Trump's really funny, and then this episode we're like, every Trump supporter should be executed.
Well, that's because his supporters aren't funny. He's funny, but his supporters are not. His supporters are some of the scariest people on the planet.
And they're as humorless as like the blue-haired Antifa. You can't pronouns in the bio type person. They're as humorless as those people because it's just like,
and just as simply also
everything is sacred to them except for the stuff that is diametrically opposed to them. Then you can shit all over it. But if you even come close to something that's their sacred cow, then you know.
Yeah, they're pussies.
They're little fucking
absolutely.
They're little fucking tiny little babies.
Totally. Yeah, I said I wanted to fuck their little asses straight to hell after I realized they were gone. And,
well, you said you didn't lead with that. You said fuck them in their tiny little asses, and then that got a laugh. And then Grant goes, I think he got emboldened by that, and then he goes, yeah, fuck them in their little asses all the way to hell. And then that didn't get a laugh, and he was like, all right, well.
Anyways, my dad left home to get a cigarette.
Exactly.
Anyways, I'm selling T-shirts after the show. They say, fuck their little asses to hell.
Straight to hell. No, it was fun. It was a good show. Ryan killed. Nice. It was
I had it real, dude. It was
a real good show.
Why? What went down? What was the vibe?
It was just a lot easier than I anticipated. Like they were just like fun and on board because Grant
Comrade fell on the sword over here.
There you go.
And I paid Grant extra for that.
Yes, yes, he did.
And I allowed him to sell his shirts. As the headliner, I allowed Grant to sell his shirts.
Yeah,
dude, Ryan, we gotta get shirts, man.
We do need to get fucking shirts.
I made some extra scratch on that, man.
This guy's over here making a killing. He's like, during this, dude, I was laughing so hard because like during your set at Sisyphus, you're like, I also got shirts over here, and I turn over the right. I'm like, this guy's got fucking merch. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I'm telling you, I've been on the road, man.
Yeah, no, it's really smart. But I was like, what the hell, man?
I don't sell them in town, but for that, that was an exception right there. But yeah, definitely worth it if you're gonna be working the road. Get a little print of 20 t-shirts, and
we should get Ryan. We should get shirts that say Ryan and Tommy.
We go in on them together, and then I have them because you aren't working the road.
No, I'll get some, shipped over here.
I'll
sell at open mics.
We can say this. We sold
buy our shirts that say Ryan and Tommy.
I'm against this idea,
and it has excluded. It has Grant's picture on it, and then there's an X over it. Like
it says Ryan and Tommy, and then Grant. The name. It says Ryan, Tommy, and Grant, and then Grant's across.
That actually is kind of funny.
We're the Grantless podcast, the Grantless shirt.
We have 6 small We Cool podcast t-shirts left. If you are a dainty listener, write in to Grant Winkles Comedy.
Tommy heads, right in.
Or if you just want to look stupid as hell. Yeah. if you're a big guy but you want to look dumb,
if you're interested in those, we'll basically give them away.
Yeah.
Let us know about that. Should we get into an anonymous listener apology?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Check, please. I gotta get out of here and listen to the apology.
Shrek, please give me another movie. I want to keep this series going. Come on, it's been a couple years.
That's good. Tweet that. Shrek, please.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to get. Okay, now this is one that has been sitting in our inbox for a little while. I've been trying to figure out the right time to do it, but we just got to do it because it's just getting too old now.
Okay.
But this is from an anonymous listener, but we know who this listener is, and he's a friend of the show. We'll just you guys will know what this is.
I'm nervous. Why am I nervous?
Yeah, I got nervous too.
If you want to
I don't know why I got nervous. The way you set it up made me nervous.
Yeah, it made me feel like
I'm giving the boys anxiety this episode.
I have anxiety.
Do you need to take a second to practice?
Yeah, can I take this episode off?
Are you gonna go?
Dude,
I have real quick.
I have a anxiety right now. I have anxiety right now.
I have anxiety, dude.
Dude, I'm having anxiety.
Anxiety.
Having anxiety. The Avatar Airbender.
Anxiety, dude. Okay.
If you want to submit or demand your own anonymous apology, go to grantwinklescomedy.com/wecoolpodcast. Here we go. I'd like to demand an anonymous apology from a mutual friend of ours, who you may know well. Last week, I visited his establishment, a local brewery, which will remain nameless, for a Magic the Gathering Chaos Draft event. Before the draft started, I went to use a small water dispenser that's located in the event space in order to properly hydrate for the matches to come. However, the dispenser was empty, and without any water inside, it was rather top-heavy and unbalanced. The result was the dispenser collapsing off the table and onto the floor, taking with it an array of plastic cups arranged nearby.
His lawyer wrote this. Doesn't it sound like someone's PR team wrote this for him?
This has gone through multiple drafts.
I'm going to say this, anonymous listener, you ain't getting your fucking apology here, buddy.
You gotta give it to him, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna have to crawl up in another tree, buddy, because
he doesn't have fingers.
Depending on who it is.
He doesn't have fingers.
This has happened to so many people at a certain brewery, at a Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, this could be anybody. This could be any brewery.
The guy who spilled all the cups at the Magic the Gathering tournament at the brewery.
We do have it on film.
Dude, we should post the.
Yeah. Get it in right now.
Okay.
No, never mind.
I can try and track it down. Of course, I immediately apologized and helped clean up the mess. It was an undeniably awkward moment. You can't escape the loud clatter of plastic in an otherwise muted indoor space. Nevertheless, I persevered. Okay.
Come on.
No, you did not persevere.
Is that like the Elizabeth
That's like
Warren
a nevertheless
thing?
she persevered. Yeah.
Dude, he's never persevered.
He thinks he's a civil rights leader because he spilled glasses.
Dude, he thinks he's a hero right now. He's gaslighting himself to be the hero in this story.
This is how he's reframed it in his brain so that he doesn't look like a fucking idiot.
He's rewriting history.
Okay. Nevertheless, I persevered and ended the night with an undefeated 3-0 record. Pleased with myself, I gathered my prizes. Said good. Yeah. You can't tell you're pleased with yourself, Zach.
I gathered my prizes.
This is Zach Kagan, by the way. Friend of show, Zach Kagan.
He's, well, after he wrote this, he stared at the computer screen and just stroked his chin, smiling like, "Oh, I did such a good job." Okay, I've really got my narrative out there. Now the world will hear my side of how I spilled a fucking thing and looked really stupid.
But just so everybody knows, I went 3-0.
Yeah. Which let's focus on what's important here.
But
that I went 3-0 in a children's game that I've devoted my life to.
Yeah. By the way, Zach Kagan, co-host of the I Love You Mana podcast,
which is a great podcast,
and it's a Magic the Gathering podcast, and he is starting a second Magic the Gathering.
Is he really?
Yes, he is, with a former national champion.
Jesus Christ!
And the aforementioned brewery owner.
Also, real quick, if you're not into like Magic the Gathering, I'm not, but that's a very minimal aspect of the podcast. If you like our podcast, you'd probably like theirs. So yeah, give them a listen. They're really funny.
Mike Lester, also friend of the show, has been on a couple of times, is also a co-host along with Tor, I believe, Tor Ugin.
Yep. Yeah.
Very funny podcast. Those guys are ridiculous, as you can tell by the imprint they've left on our podcast.
And they are all white men, despite what Zach says. Zach is a white man.
Mike,
yes, Lester is not a
Mike kept calling
BIPOC lesbian.
Mike kept calling Zach. We were at Sisyphus, and Mike kept calling Zach mixed when we were hanging out. He's like, Zach, you understand better than anyone. You're mixed. You're half black, half white. And Zach's like, Mike, stop it, please.
Dude, someone's gonna hear.
Mike's like, what, dude? Your dad, Jermaine, would be so mad that you're trying to escape your identity.
Dude, have you ever thought about that? How if Tupac was alive today, his name would be BIPOC? It just sounds like Tupac, kind of BIPOC, BIPOC.
BIPOC Shakur.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's really funny. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So Zach has gathered his prizes, said goodnight to our mutual friend, which is Sam Harriman, also has been on the podcast. Go check out his episode, the owner
by the way, I have to do
Brewing.
a Sisyphus ad. Sam paid me to do an ad.
Yeah, you're not supposed to tell us that he paid you.
Well, it's an ad, obviously.
You're supposed to. Anyway,
well, he's gonna hear this, so
he already paid you too. He complained and he wanted an apology from you that you haven't done it.
Well, and I was gonna do it this one though.
No,
we'll do it right now, bitch.
All right. Well, so this is an unpaid ad.
Wait, try to squeeze it in naturally. Let's forget that you said that you had an ad. So just try and find a way into it.
Wait, Grant, where did the spilling of the cups happen again?
So it does say a local brewery which will remain nameless.
Speaking of local breweries, I love a local brewery that's in Minneapolis. It's called Sisyphus Brewing. With their constantly, it's called Sisyphus Brewing. With their constantly rotating selection.
Tommy, are you reading this off of something? Or
right? Yes. You paid Tommy to do this?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
All right. Wait, Grant, I'm sorry. Where was that? Where did the
it was let me hold on. It was quote a local brewery which will remain nameless.
Oh, well, I love nameless breweries, but do you know what I love even more?
What?
Breweries with names.
Like what would be an example of that?
Like Sisyphus Brewery With their constantly rotating selection of craft beers and wide selection of games and pinball machines, makes a spot that's fun for the whole family. That's Sisyphus Brewery, located downtown near the Sculpture Garden. Stop on in, enjoy a craft beer, and tell them Tommy sent you.
Oh my God. What this is?
Can you believe he paid me $1,000
No, that is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we are a gigant. We're the biggest podcast in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So
that sucks.
That's actually a good way.
That sucks.
I hate that for us.
It sucks for the world. Okay.
Speaking of the world, I've been on this app that I wanted to tell you guys about.
Wait, are we done with the apology? I'm sorry.
Oh no.
But sorry, I just wanted to. We were just talking about the world, and that reminded me.
That reminds me of something in the world.
Of this app that I've been on. Now, social media companies nowadays can be invasive and can actually be a negative thing for society. But there's one social media app that I've really been enjoying lately. It's Twitter, and on Twitter you can send out thoughts and feelings, and you can also interact with your friends, and you can even do rooms on Twitter. That's twitter.com. Mm-hmm.
Well, that reminds me of another app that I've been on. It's the Sisyphus Brewery app. Ever want a beer to go? Well, now you can. Log on to the Sisyphus Brewery app and order one of their specially made craft beers and pick it up in the drive-through window.
Don't take my bit. Don't take my bit.
Driving, that reminds me of something that I've been thinking about a lot recently.
Drinking and driving.
And this app that's really been helping me out with that, which is a little something called Uber.
Okay.
You know, and you might have heard in the hustle bustle of Tommy, you're a New York guy, right?
Not
is
a
that
chance.
fair to say?
I've actually been in Maine this whole time. I've been lying.
Maine.
Mm.
All right. Well, you're either way, you're a big city metrosexual guy. You're drinking and driving.
It's my favorite
Uber.
thing.
Choose Uber and tell them Grant sent you. Use the code Grant420 for $5 off your next Uber trip, and tell them Grant sent you.
Real quick, not a lot of people know this, but there's a state next to Maine called Side. And you know what that reminds me of is like Maine and Side,
next to Side there's a state named Super Salad.
Really?
Yeah. And
well, that reminds me of an app that I've been using a lot.
What about an app
called
the apps?
It's called
Appetizers.
It's called the App Store, and it's available on every iPhone. And I think it's the coolest.
I've been trying to download the App Store.
Dude, if you accidentally delete the App Store, you're fucked.
Done.
Dude.
You're done, dude.
There's no more apps for you to get. All right, let's continue with the apology.
Okay.
Enough of that.
Use all those promo codes though. That really helps the pod when you go.
My promo code
use promo code Tommy sent you when you go to Sisyphus Brewery and get one of their special craft beers.
And for Twitter, you can use my promo code Ryan shits big. Big shits. Ryan shits big shits on twitter.com for 5 months free.
Okay. And also if you want free Blue Chew without a prescription, DM me on Twitter. I had multiple subscriptions going at the same time, and I gotta move this Blue Chew.
What's your
Grant's apartment is full of Blue Chew.
Grant's promo code is also Ryan shits big shits.
Yeah, just DM me that. Pleased with myself, I gathered my prizes, said goodnight to our mutual friend, and left for the evening, confident that my episode with the water dispenser was but an endearing Mr. Magoo-style act of clumsiness that no one would remember. He really is trying to put his own narrative out there. What did he call it?
Mr. Magoo.
His episode with the water dispenser.
He's not even. That's what a sociopath does. That's what a sociopath does. They're like, so you killed her, and then they're like, she was stabbed. She was stabbed. There was an episode of stabbing.
No. Sociopaths, they always do the did you kill her? And they go, yes, but I won 3 games of Magic the Gathering.
Pleased with myself.
And I'm very pleased with myself. I feel like we're focusing on the wrong thing.
Thinking that my Mr. Magoo style stabbing was just
something that no one would remember.
Yeah.
Well, Zach, I hate to break it to you, but there are some
break him off a piece of that.
There are some laser-eyed
Kit Kat
sleuths in the comedy scene, the
Mhm.
Minneapolis comedy scene. Thank God, because you might have been able to slide when it comes to this, but
not when we're on the case.
Nope. Cut to this weekend, where everyone seems to be talking about the damn water dispenser incident.
Mm-hmm. Grant and I kicked Zach's door in and just had guns drawn, and we're like, "We heard you knocked over the fucking water dispenser. Get on the ground."
Shot his dog.
Yeah. His Chihuahua. We thought it was coming after us. It was just sitting on his mom's lap.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like our mutual quote unquote.
By the way, Zach, I know you're listening. I can't believe you got a Chihuahua. I mean, that's literally the embodiment.
It's the dumbest.
Did Zach really get a Chihuahua?
Yeah, like if Zach was a dog, he would be a Chihuahua.
Also, dude,
and
you know what?
Identify with that. I mean, it's really self-love is what it is.
I was talking to Zach about his Chihuahua, and I was like,
self-love.
Yeah.
I was like, "Do you think your Chihuahua likes you?" And he was like, "Well, yes, but
when they don't like anything."
But then he was like
being alive.
They're scared.
He was like, well, they have their brains never progress through like the baby stage, which is true. That's why they're always shaking.
And I relate to that a lot.
But he was saying like if the Chihuahua's in his mom's lap and he tries to pet it, the Chihuahua will just fucking bite the shit like hard.
Yeah,
like it's just
they don't want to be alive. They're bred to be tormented.
Zach, just get a cat, dude. That's what you wanted. You don't want a fucking Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Just get a cat.
Well, he can't undo it now.
Yeah, he can.
No.
It's never too late to get rid of a Chihuahua. That's the only animal I'm in favor of. Like, yeah, just take that thing to the pound and just let it stay there.
This is what we teased this last week about Ryan's,
I've reversed my
Ryan's dog
my opinions. And also, I don't think I'm wrong if we just bred pit bulls to be less
don't start
muscle bound.
Don't start this.
What?
We're just not getting into it.
They're fine dogs. I'm just saying, they shouldn't be that big and that ferocious.
All right.
Yeah.
Aren't they? They're normally just angry at other dogs, right? They
lead the world in babies eaten.
What?
By like a lot, dude. Check this shit out.
Like good with kids.
Yeah.
Check this shit out.
They lead the world in baby eating. Are you sure you're not talking about the Democrats?
Let's look at
See, I can change it up. I can throw a change.
Come on, let's finish up this apology. I don't want to talk about pit bulls.
Okay. Okay. Cut to this weekend, where everyone seems to be talking about the damn water dispenser incident. Seems like our mutual quote unquote friend at this point, quote unquote friend. That seems a little bit harsh, Zach. Okay, hold on. Ryan is pulling up some statistics for me. Jamie is looking that up. Number 1, pit bull attacks, 295 deaths. Wow.
And then let's look at the next number 2, Rottweiler attacks 535.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
Wait,
Rottweilers also shouldn't exist. They're too big too.
I don't really care about any of that either. I'll be honest.
Small dogs, medium to small dogs. That's what should exist.
Not a Chihuahua.
Definitely not a Chihuahua. Not too small. Like a medium-sized dog. That's what should exist.
Where do you stand on Clifford?
Clifford, kill him. Shoot him in the fucking head. Pump him full of lead. Platos.
Where do you stand on Beethoven?
Platos or Planos, man. Letter. The other thing. That's from Narcos.
Where do you stand on Air Bud?
Air Bud can stay.
Can he play?
Yes. Let Air Bud play. Let my man play the game.
What if Air Bud takes your spot on the team?
Then I need to work on my fucking game. But I will say this: Air Bud's children need to go.
Those buddies.
They are not good movies. Those dogs need to be put down. Original Air Bud can stay.
The original Air Bud has to be dead by now.
100%.
You see the original Air Bud's tweets from like 2006? They're bad.
I don't even want to see them.
It's like about Chinese people.
Yeah, it's like roof. I hate Chinese people.
Yeah.
Damn, Air Bud.
Yeah,
the original Air Bud actually died at 7 years old. He got addicted to heroin and then he blew his head into smithereens.
Oh,
yeah.
Kurt Cobain style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our mutual friend, quote unquote friend, was more keen to tell people about me toppling plastic cups than me toppling each of my opponents in the tournament. Come on.
Why would anyone also, first of all, Zach, why the fuck would anyone be talking about, wow, did you hear that Zach beat another nerd at Magic the Gathering?
This is literally Zach's personal 8 Mile where like he
Jesus
bombs.
Christ. He threw up in the bathroom before this too.
He like his bomb was like spilling all the cups and he like, goes in the bathroom, throws up and he's like, I gotta come back hard. You know,
he doesn't wipe his mouth.
His eyes are like bloodshot and red and he's just like in the zone winning these Magic games.
Okay, so it made me stop and reevaluate the events that evening. Had the water dispenser not been empty, it would never have, had the water dispenser not been empty, it never would have been toppled in the first place. Was it not his responsibility as proprietor of the brewery to make sure amenities are in place for the brewery for his guests? In that light, the water dispenser was a waiting trap. I was the poor soul, unfortunate enough to take the bait and be humiliated.
Okay, let me rap. Listen, sometimes you spill all the water cups at the Magic the Gathering tournament. And there's only one shot to make Mike Lester respect you. One moment. Would you capture it? Or would you let it slip? Yo, I have no fingers. I spilled all the cups on the floor. I fucking...
Oh my God. Yeah, that's basically what it was. So Zach is not only pushing his own narrative. Yeah, great job, Tommy. He is trying to reframe this.
He's doing revisionist history on his own thing.
Yeah.
He's doing denial of the actual things that happened here. I was the poor soul, unfortunate enough to take the bait and be humiliated. I would like to demand an apology and compensation for the reputational damage I have incurred.
What the fuck are you? What does he mean? The trap? What trap, Zach? Like someone set it up to fall. You're just lazy or clumsy.
God, Zach. Stop being a lawyer right now.
I mean, here's the thing. Zach knows he's in the wrong. He knows he absolutely has egg on his face, and he's been made a laughing stock of the entire, not only the comedy scene, the Magic the Gathering scene, and the local brewery, the local unnamed brewery scene.
The three things he loves.
Yes,
beer, magic, and comedy.
He has nothing left.
He has been clowned.
Dude, maybe Zach actually
humiliated.
He might be entitled to compensation.
It's kind of when you go bankrupt and you somehow make money. He's
doing that with his reputation.
This is the best thing to ever happen.
His reputation's bankrupt, and he's like, he deserves like $200 somehow.
Yeah, Zach, you're right, but you need to spin this. You can't be blaming other people, man. This is on you.
He needs to embrace it.
This is like me getting hit by the bike. Take this as a moment for you to change and grow.
Zach needs to go Eminem at the end of 8 Mile, where he's like, "Yeah, I did spill the cups. Yeah, I do suck.
I do suck."
Yeah, man, you got to use it.
Yeah.
And
why don't you tell these people something they don't know about me?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, this controversy might have died down in the maybe months since it's happened, but I have a feeling it's going to get reignited, man.
We're going to be talking about this.
Well, people who listen to the podcast and they go to Sisyphus a lot, which,
do you think this is backfired then?
If you see yourself at Sisyphus, if you go to Sisyphus, again, tell them Tommy sent you. Shout out to Sam. Promo code Tommy sent you.
Promo code Grant 420.
But yeah, go to Sisyphus and let's start the lore of Zach spilling the cups.
It's
ignite it again.
Yeah, it's because it's already out there. I know in the weeks after this, there were many people approaching Zach. People who weren't there. I know I saw Brian Miller approach Zach in the green room of Corner Bar and say, Zach, I ran into your enemy the other night. It was standing next to the water cooler over at it's a little bit awkward for everybody.
You know, this is what the comedy scene needs this in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zach, consider yourself a rallying point. You know, you could be a symbol.
He's kind of like a martyr.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and you took that hit for the rest of us, just in the same way that I fell on my sword last night so that Ryan could fly.
Mm-hmm.
This is you, Zach.
Fall on the sword, Zach.
And just own it.
Zach, I know you're listening to this, and I just want to say, great job, man.
Also,
I love you, dude.
If anybody is owed compensation, you know, you'd think it would be more of the unnamed brewery / quote unquote friend proprietor, simply because of the fact that we don't know how much long-term damage is going to be done to this water dispenser.
What if it stops working in a couple days?
It very might well could, and
especially after
they're brittle.
Sneak in.
Yeah, sneak in and
tamper with it.
Keep in mind that we do have
do a little actual Watergate in the literal sense.
Yeah, this is like a Watergate. This is very much
when Ryan breaks in and fucks up the gate
of the dispenser.
And then Sam catches me doing it. He's like, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, framing Zach. And he's like, oh, okay.
He's like, cool.
Let me go turn the cameras off.
Yeah.
He catches you breaking in. Sorry, I'm trying to ruin my friend's time here at Sisyphus.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I think Zach.
Man.
I think
Zach. Actual shout out to Sam, dude. Sam. You fucking rip, dude.
Sam, you believed in us when literally no one else.
And you, I gotta say, you set up a marvelous trap for our mutual friend Zach.
Yeah.
This is for sure gonna backfire. Yeah, because like people weren't talking about this anymore. Zach, you fucking idiot.
Zach, you idiot. You idiot. If you're waiting a month to read this on the podcast.
For our 8 listeners in India, some of our listeners in New York.
Czech Republic,
we got some listeners there. You got to go down to Sisyphus to understand what's going on.
Shouts out to the Czech Republic, by the way, one of the world's greatest republics. We're number 86.
86 podcast.
We were 64th, and then one person stopped listening. Now we're number 86.
We need you back, man.
If you live in the Czech Republic, look, come on, let's get us into the top 20. We need like 4 more listeners.
Yeah, just putting this out there. We are a top 100 charting podcast. So
just tell, if you're in the Czech listening to this, just if you can get your town to listen to us.
Here's what you do.
That'll be huge. We'll go there. We'll
go to the Apple Store, subscribe to We Cool on every single phone and iPad in the Apple Store. And that would literally make us $1 million.
That could change our lives.
You know, it would be $1 million Czech dollars, which I think is roughly about $74 American, but
still would change my life.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
That amount of money would literally change my life.
That would put us in the black. That would put us in the black for the podcast for the first time since we've been running. So,
and since you guys stopped me from using AAVE every episode.
Yes.
We got check money. We got check bank accounts.
Yeah, check it.
And
why don't you check our money?
And that's a check that you can cash. Okay.
You can take that shit to my asshole and cash it.
My ass is writing checks. Wait, what is it? Your mouth is
writing checks that your ass can't cash.
Except my ass can cash this check. You never heard that?
Your mouth, hey boy, your mouth's talking.
Well, for example,
your mouth's writing checks that your ass can't cash.
I think Zach might be doing that right now. Zach, your mouth is writing checks your ass can't cash.
Zach probably has IBS, right? He seems like the kind of guy that would have IBS.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, irritable baby syndrome. And that's it, baby.
How long have we been going for?
Jackass. Down. We're at an hour.
I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is a podcast. So what have you guys been doing this week?
This is doing a podcast.
And then it's an hour straight.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it.
Did you guys see the new Jackass movie?
I haven't.
I really want to.
You got to see it.
I've heard it's good.
It's so funny.
Let's go. Let's all go together. I'll fly.
Oh, okay. But yeah, well, let's meet halfway. Cincinnati. Should we both fly to Cincinnati?
Cleveland, I think, is halfway.
Okay. All right.
The greatest city on earth.
My
they call it the Paris of Ohio, Cleveland.
Have you guys been to Cleveland?
Yeah,
no, I'll never go there now.
I have an Italian uncle in Cleveland. It's not a joke. His name is Uncle Giuseppe, and he runs a pizza place. I'm not doing a bit. It's real. I've met him 2 times in my entire life.
All right.
Oh, Uncle Giuseppe, will I ever be a real boy? No, Tommy, you're always just gonna be a stick boy. You're always gonna be made of sticks.
That's what I said. That's real.
Did he teach you how to make pizza at least?
No, he made me pizza though. It's really nice. He's on my mom's side. My mom's sister married this Italian guy.
Just this grease ball.
This is fucking grease ball and this beep beep. No. No. Shout out to the Cleveland fam that I haven't seen since I was in 7th grade. So,
all right. Maybe we should hit the road, go to Cleveland. That'd be pretty cool.
Go see my uncle.
Giuseppe a bear.
We still, Grant, need to talk about our day in New York that we had together.
Yeah, maybe we can let's what do we got? We could go for 10 more minutes.
What are we at? We at an hour?
We're at just about an hour right now. Let's do it. We don't need to
right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
It was, I do want to say it was, well, I kind of have to pee, but I do want to say that it was the top 10 day I've ever had in New York.
We had
maybe top 5. We had a pretty good time.
We had such a good time. Ryan left to go to Ryan's threatening to he just turned his cat Tony is in the sink and he just turned the faucet on right on.
Well, he does like to try to drink it. And I don't like him in the sink.
Dude, Tony really just runs up right on you, just kind of stares right at your face.
Yeah. He's awesome, dude.
Like, is this guy gonna beat the shit out of me right now?
Okay, he's playing with the water now.
Yeah.
Okay, turn that off.
Should we talk about the Hare Krishna guys?
Yeah. Okay. So Ryan left. Ryan left New York.
Yeah, we talked to these Hare Krishna guys
to go to Louisville.
We were being hilarious.
And Tommy and I had a we had a day out on the town.
We were just going. We were getting food, having beers.
Yeah,
walking outside.
So we went to Chinatown to begin with. Tommy was very hungover. We were all trying to link up the night before, and we all just it didn't happen. Tommy went and got bottle service.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend, we went to this club, and we just had this in with some bottles. It was wild. We had bottles. We had free bottle service at the club, and it was sick.
Yeah, so Tommy's that kind of guy now.
That picture that on my Instagram where I was just went dancing with my baby, that's the bottle service.
That's the vibe. But so Tommy's very hungover.
Yeah, hungover.
And we just go straight to Chinatown. And Tommy is taking me on an odyssey. Tommy, do you want to walk us through the day a little bit? Because you were my tour guide this day.
I think I did a pretty good job.
You did a great job.
Chinatown, I take Grant to this really staple of a dumpling spot in this street where there's no cars allowed and stuff like that. And there was a line to get in. Last time I went there, it was kind of still COVID. It was I think it was 2020 when last time I was there. But it was, they were out of my favorite dumpling because it is so famous. They have the snow pea dumpling. That's great. But we got some good dumplings. The place is really cool.
What's it called?
It is called
something tea house, right?
Tea parlor. Something tea parlor.
How long were you guys in line for?
Probably about a half hour.
Yeah. But we're chatting, so went by. Then I take.
Well, Tommy was chatting. I was just kind of passing the time in the line, staring blankly into the.
Well, Grant had his headphones in the whole time, and I didn't mind. I had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So then we go. I take him through the markets in Chinatown under the Manhattan Bridge. Pretty crazy.
Incredible Chinese grocery stores.
Damn, dude, I wish I would have.
Yeah, you would have loved it.
It's fucked up. And when you turn into the alley,
snails as big as your hand, man.
What?
Dude, fish. There's just fish in the tanks moving around. There's ducks hanging from the walls, and
big fucking pointy eels everywhere.
And when I take you through the alley, I'm like, I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's in this alley right here.
It's like straight up under a bridge.
It's under a bridge. You gotta go
like
past
a shanty town.
Yeah, you go by a dumpster, you're in an alley, and then all of a sudden you're in a grocery store under the bridge, and they got everything.
And it's popping. It's popping with
dude. Yeah, it's so sick, dude. If Chinatown is the only neighborhood I really want to live in if I move to Manhattan, it's just fucking sick. It's fucked up. I love it.
Cool. It's really cool.
Then I take them, keep going down the bridge towards the river, take them to the skate park that I skate at sometimes. Fucking, there's this huge concrete plaza skate park. And it's so awesome because there's like a 6-year-old on a scooter with knee pads and a helmet.
Just fucking up everybody's lines.
Fucking up everyone's lines, and everyone's like, good job, Timmy, and stuff like that. And then there's like 3 pro skaters, they probably have like hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram and stuff like that. They're ripping it up. Then I take them from Chinatown. We walk Tompkins through Soho. What's about
real quick? That skate park is called Les Coleman, and I guess it's a very famous.
Well, Lower East Side.
Oh, that's what that stands for. Nice.
Yeah, LES Coleman.
Cool.
So then we go to Tompkins. Then we gotta pee, so we stop and get a Guinness at this bar by Tompkins, and
he took me through Soho.
Took him through Soho sucks.
We saw all the hype beasts. We saw the Instagrammers. We saw the influencers. We did it all.
It's so lame. It's just Louis Vuitton, Gucci,
me and Tommy
Croc
over
store.
here just kind of snickering to each other
We're going.
Look at these guys. Look at this.
Look at this. Taking a selfie. Meanwhile, we're taking selfies everywhere all day. We're like, this is so.
Yeah, you guys just look like shit. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Then get a beer. Then we go through Tompkins to look at all the freaks. The freaks are out.
Oh yeah.
At Tompkins.
What do you mean Tompkins?
Tompkins Square Park. It's the one where they shot the Friends theme song with that fountain.
I got in the Friends fountain.
You got in?
Yeah.
He got in. I had to fish him out of it.
Because I was getting pissed at Tommy because I was like, "You're telling me this is you tell me they got Friends fountain here, and this is just now I'm hearing about this."
Yeah.
Well, Grant dived into the fountain and he was like, "I want to see the Friends."
Yeah.
Where are they? And he tried to swim down to the bottom, which is 80 feet deep. A lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm. They weren't down there. They weren't down there.
No, they weren't down there. Well, it's a conspiracy that they drowned and got lost there, and that's why it hasn't been on air. But yeah, that's why they canceled the show. And then we talked to these Hare Krishna people.
Yeah. Full on cult members. We also saw a musician, this like kind of little 17-year-old Elliott Smith style hero, and he was just so bad. And he had a huge crowd of people around him, and he was just terrible. Like
he wasn't bad in the Daniel Johnston way, where it's like, oh, it's like interesting and there's a lot of heart, and like even though he's singing a little bit off key, he was just like trash, dude. Like, he wasn't even good at guitar. Me and Grant are way better than this guy. And he's got like 25 people watching him, and I'm like, how does this guy get in the draw? He's not even hot. He's like ugly as hell. He's like this ugly little white kid who just sucked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
Participation trophies and whatnot. Fill in the rest.
Fucking generation, dude.
Fill in the rest,
But the Hare Krishna, they kept handing us pamphlets, and they're like, come on, you gotta check this out. And Grant's like, and I'm like, all right. And Grant's like, nah, he can't read. And I'm like, yeah.
They're super nice, so they'll talk to everybody. And they're like, you want some books? I'm like, nah, he can't read.
I'm like, we can't read, dude. And they're like, what do you guys do for a living? And we're like, we're doctors. and the guy's like, oh, you're doctors? And we're like, yeah. Because they're just like, yes, Andy and everything.
Yeah.
We're
and they're young guys. They're like,
they're like
19-year-old guys.
No, I think they're younger, dude.
Who knows?
They're just like, oh, you guys are doctors? And we're like, yeah, dude. And they're like, what kind of doctors? And we're like, boob doctors.
Tommy's like, I'm a boob doctor. And
I'm a breast doctor.
He makes them bigger.
Yeah, Grant goes, never makes them smaller, only makes them bigger. And I'm like, yeah. And then the guy's like, you guys can't read? And we're like, no, dude.
And he's just all smiles, super
Yeah, he's
nice.
just like, oh, awesome, dude. So you can't read. Awesome. So you can't read and you're a breast doctor? And we're like, yeah, dude.
It became a thing where it was like a feedback loop where it was just like, dude, we'll keep doing
you guys could have stood there all day.
No, because it's just like, what's the most insane thing I can say?
Just like eventually you guys would have just been like, yeah, and we're astronauts. And I actually used to be a cowboy, but
no, they're literally like trained to not like say no or anything. So they're just like, oh, cool, astronaut, man, that must be crazy. What's that like? And we're like, no tits up in space, not that good. And they're like, I totally get that. I understand. They're just like,
you're like, yeah, I actually shouldn't talk about this, but one time I went to Pluto. I'm not supposed to say that.
And then it was to the degree of like we did that with a whole conversation with one of them, and then another guy just came up to me or both of us and just started offering us the books, and we just restarted.
And right away you're just like, he's a boob doctor and he never makes them smaller. Yeah. And he can't read.
Also, I went to Pluto, and then when I went there, I said, this is not a planet anymore.
I'm the guy.
I'm the guy who did that.
It's just kind of my call, yeah.
And then what did we go to the oyster bar after this?
Yeah, then we had oysters, had 2 bottles of wine, and then we went to Wolfgang's bar, had a beer, and then we both did shows in Bushwick at Dan Wick's show.
Wolfgang was giving us shots, feeding us shots.
Wolfgang's feeding us shots. I think he charged us only like $20 for.
Also, I realized you're not supposed to eat oysters right now, apparently, because of some sort of bacterial outbreak. But
well, that makes a lot of sense because I haven't been able to see anything lately.
Oh, you're blind too?
I'm blind. I'm completely blind.
That makes sense.
You guys were the damn boysters.
There we go.
You them boysters. But yeah, so we did all that, and then we went to Bushwick and did a show.
And then we went out with Kai.
Oh yeah. Then we met up with Kai and stayed out. Oh my god.
How was Dan Wick's show?
It was really fun. We were kind of in the bag for it.
I was kind of drunk on stage, but I don't know, we did all right.
We showed up late too. We were like, Tommy were like, God, I can't believe we threaded the needle. We did today perfply. We thought the show started at 9.
Dan's like, yeah, Dan's like, yeah, you guys are a half hour late.
And we were seriously like dapping ourselves up for.
And we're just like, damn, my bad, Dan. He's like, when you guys want to go out now, like, do you want to go up now? And we're like, okay.
Just drunk and late.
But it was a late night show in Bushwick. So
it was a late night show in Bushwick. Also, I was doing like the impressions bit, and like someone said a movie I haven't seen. It was like some like Spanish movie, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
Canto.
Like Kanto, what the hell? Yeah. Just like being a drunk idiot. It was really fun though.
Nice. Was that the night when somebody yelled Schindler's List too?
I think that was.
Has that been yelled to you before? Because you were like, yeah, Schindler's List. Okay, I guess this is and it's like so easy that you would say Schindler, but you didn't say this is Schindler talking about his list. You were like, this is I don't know, some guy from Schindler's List. I've never wanted to heckle somebody so bad in my entire life.
All right, but I didn't.
We went out and fucking continued the night until like
the party. It was awesome.
Yeah, and then we recorded a podcast with Kai when we got back at 3 in the morning.
Is it usable?
It could be.
Yeah.
I'll say this. We'll end the episode on this. Me, Kai, and Grant have a drunk episode, like 3 in the morning. Wasted podcast episode, and it's basically Kai doing his Trump impression.
Cronald Crump.
Yeah, Cronald Crump, which is Kai Peterson doing Trump. And we basically interview him for like way too long. So that's the episode. It's super stupid, I'm assuming. I haven't listened back, but I sent you the audios. If you want to listen to that, write in. And if that appeals to you, then maybe we can make a special.
Why don't we just do like a double header? We could just release 2 episodes in one day and just say like.
I think only for like people, like if for fans. Let's keep this fans. Maybe
you guys say some stuff.
Maybe I don't know.
Just email the pod if you're interested in listening to that, because I think it might be kind of funny.
Email the pod regardless. grantwinklescomedy.com/wecoolpodcast. Submit or demand your own anonymous apologies. Keep sending those in, folks. They're fun. Thank you all so much for listening. Any of the new listeners we picked up, honestly, swear to God from the bottom of my heart, that 2-week run we went on was so much fun. Everybody who came out, if you're listening to this, if you were a fan, if you are a fan now, thank you so much. Put some wind in my sails, I'll say. And
from the top of my heart, fuck you.
Yeah, review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Hit subscribe or follow wherever you're listening to this. It means so much to us. It's good for our numbers. And even if you're never going to listen to us again, just hit that follow button. And you guys got anything you want to add? And hit us up if you want a t-shirt and you're small.
Follow me on Instagram. I got videos coming out. I have shows coming up. So yeah, follow me at Tommy Bear Time. I got some stuff.
Yep. Follow
for May. I got some stuff for May.
Follow at Idiot Ryan Call. Mm-hmm. Follow at Grant Winkles. Follow at We Cool Podcast on all your social media. I don't really have anything. I got if you're listening to this the day that it comes out, this Sunday, Fair State Brewing. We have our monthly showcase, May 1st, 7:30 p.m. It's free. Fair State Brewing in Northeast Minneapolis. Always a banger stand-up lineup. So come out and check that out.
I got some shows coming up, but I don't give a fuck about them, so I'm not going to promote them yet.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
All right. I think that's
take
it.
Us out, Ryan?
I hope those shows go bad. Yeah. Hey, thanks for listening, guys. We'll same time next week, we're always here every Thursday. Thursday.
We're shackled to this podcast for life.
Mm-hmm. If you think that we'll stop doing this one day, maybe we might. But
also shout out to Brock for getting a We Cool Podcast tattoo.
Yeah, that's insane. Brock,
insane.
You fucking lunatic.
I saw it last night.
It looked good when he posted
it. Tight.
It's so awesome, dude.
Also, it's really funny that it's like the old cover art. Like as soon as he got it, we're like, we have like new cover art.
Yeah, but that's good. That's the logo. That's the brand.
Only real heads know.
How about this? Every time Brock gets a tattoo of our current cover art, we change it.
We gotta keep it going.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. I've been Ryan Call, joined by Grant Winkles and Tommy, the little stick boy bear.
Would I ever not be a stick boy? Poppy just said.
No, you're always gonna be a little stick boy. Get in the oven. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Bye.